Hi, my name is Prince Canoe. I'm here to show my structure on my skin structure and also the compact bone and also the structure bones and muscle of the head and torso. But first I'm gonna start with the structure skin and demonstrate and how it works. First I'm gonna start with the basement membrane. So the basement membrane web is right next to the underneath the epidural and also underneath the internal lining cell. This is the thinner, this is the thinner side of it. So what it does is it's a mixture of the tissue and it also separates the epithelium. That's what it does. It's right here. When I say it's underneath the epithelial, this is the epithelium right here. It's also underneath the epithelium, the epithelium. This is the right here when it's underneath. This is the membrane, basement membrane. So the blood vessels, my blood vessels right here is very simple. That's what it is. And this is my epidermis. I create my epidermis. So this is dermis. The dermis is up right here. Which it does is a living tissue below the epidermis. It also contains blood and nerve ending and sweat glands. That's what all happens in there. And then for my epidermis are outermost, and then it's also the non-vascular layer of the skin. This is right here. That's the epidermis. And then I'm gonna go with the stratum. The stratum bicep versus the vessel. It is the deepest, I would say, the deepest side of the stratum. And then it's right here above it. So, and for the corneum, the corneum one will be right here. That's the corneal one. And then for the granulosum, will be right. I would say right next to the loose, right in the middle, kinda. That's the granulosum. For the spinosum will be right above here, right below here. And then for the bicep, like I told you, for the bicep would be right next to the dermis, like right underneath here. That's what would be. That's what would be located. So, and then for the granulation, what it does is a thinner layer of the cells in the upper dermis. That's the granulation. And then for the lucidium, it's the thinner and also clear the layer of the dead skin cells in the epidermis. For the spinosum, what I told you is right in the middle. So what this one does is a layer cell in the, and also it also represent the mini spine and called the desmosums and also called the precle, excuse me. That's what it is. And then for the keratinocytes, it just move up as they age up. So whenever it's right here. So whenever for example, so whenever the skin ages up, it just move up all the time. So pretty much whenever you get older, it just changes. So, and then and also what it does is also the type of predominant cell type, and it's next to the epidermis and also its outer layer of the skin, and which produce a keratin. The hypodermis is underneath the hypodermis is underneath it. That's what it does is right here located. What it does is a layer of the cells. It's also the secrets, the centennials, cuticle, and also beneath the epidermis and beneath the dermis. Which what I'm talking about is upper dermis and beneath the dermis. This upper dermis right, this is the dermis. So the dermis right, upper dermis right. So it's right on in between it. It's right here. And for the melanocytes, it's very dark. What it does is this is it. That's the best I can do to draw it. But it's very dark. It's inside the squamous cells, and also that absorb small amounts of UV lights that protect the skin and plays the role of the color of the skin as well. And then for the papillary layer, the papillary layers are right here. The papillary layers are right here. This one is right next to it's located in the epidermis. That's where it's located at. And then the reticular is right in the dermis, right in the middle. And now, when I told you earlier that epidermis is underneath it. So, And then for the papillary, what it does is the superficial, layer of the dermis that rise into the rise into the papillary that helps to correspond depressions on the inner surface of the epidermis. So, and then we're just gonna go through the. I'm just gonna go through with you with the compact bone. So this is my compact bone structure here. So for the compact bone structure, I'm just gonna demonstrate the blood vessels. This is my blood vessels, and then the canalici. The canalici will be right here next to the canalici will be right here. So, and then for the nerve would be right here. The um the canalici would be like right here. And then this is my vein here. And this is the central canal right here. And this one will be for the circumferential lamelia. That would be right here. This one will be like right in the upper here, in this place right here. For the concentric lamella will be right underneath the sickle cell. Will be right underneath it. And then I would show you where the nerve is. The nerve is right here. For the leukiner, will be right here, right here, right above here. That's where will be the leukini. And then for the osteocytes, will be right above here, right above on top. So, and then for the peristome, will be right next to the blood vessel. This is my blood vessel here, but it will be right in there, like the outside of the blood vessel. That's for the peristome. And then I think that's all for the I think for the osteum. Excuse me, for the osteum. I forgot the osteum. For the osteum will be right close in this area, right in the side of the canaliculi. That's where it'll be located at. And that's just from my compact bone. So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna show you the structure of my bones and muscle of the head and torso, and give you the list of it. That's what I think. So. And this is the skull, obviously. The cervical vertebrae. The cervical vertebrae would be right here, between the chin and right here. And then for the diaphragm, the diaphragm would be pretty much. That one would be pretty much right here. For the external oblique muscle, I think that one would be shoot. I think that would be like no. For the frontal bone, the frontal bone. The frontal will be in the front of the skull. Yeah, and then for the hyoid, for the lumbar vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae. I'm gonna go back to the height, but for the lumbar vertebrae, the lumbar vertebrae would be right between this right here. That's what it would be. For the mandible, excuse me, for the maxilla. The maxilla will be right underneath on the side right here. For the nasal bones is pretty much in the nose, inside of the nose. So it'll be right in the located in there. For the occipital bones, or whatever they call it, occipital bones. That'll be right in it'll be right in this area, right on the side of the area, right next to the skull. And then for the parietal bone and the rectorial bone muscles, this one will be right in the side of the, there you go, be right here in there, between there. And then for the statum, first statum will be right inside here. The third articular vertebrae will be right here. For the trapezoids, muscles obviously will be right between here. For the zygomatic bone, that one would be right underneath right close to the arms, like in the inner line of it. Now our last one, I was trying to figure out honestly, I was trying to figure out the sternocleidomastoid muscles. I don't know what that is, but that's the only thing I couldn't figure out. But that's all about my structure of my bones. So hopefully I did my best and have a wonderful new year. Thank you.